So, thank you very much for your patience and for waiting. Well, we've done it. I said a long time ago that this game was going to be the world champion. People laughed at me. So, fuck you. excuse the bad language. We'll retract that and just say we're thrilled. So well.
The mic working, Barry?
Oh, sorry, I don't know the mic. Yeah, okay.
No, I think it's.
I don't think it's just a BBC mic. Can you hear me all right? Yeah. So we're thrilled. The night couldn't have been better. The weather could have been better. I'm sorry for everybody who was so cold, but we thought it could have been. We thought it wasn't going to be windy. It is a pretty blowy place down there when the gust is up. Thrilled that so many people turned out. Biggest audience that Northern Ireland boxing has ever had. And you know, handed across to the champion here.
I don't know what to say really, just thanks everyone for turning out. What a night. Hadn't really sunk in yet. Head's still a bit sore, my hands are sore. Tough fight. But I'm world champion now. It's been a long time coming, so I'm very proud and very, very happy. That's it.
Any questions for Carl?
Is it a sense or a lead for you yet, Carl?
Yeah. I don't know. Yeah, it genuinely hasn't sunk in. I haven't had the time to sit down and think about it. But it's nice that, you know, once you're world champion, you can always call yourself a world champion. But I intend to hold on to this for a very, very long time. But yeah, relieved, because that was a tough fight. Although I felt in control, but it was a tough fight.
It seemed like a bit of a war of attrition at times. How do you think it compared to your first fight?
Yeah, I think I controlled it better this time. Although, you know, I've lumps all over my head, but I think it was more clever. I was winning the rounds. I hurt him a few times. Dropped him as well, but I felt fresh, really fresh in there, even 12th round. Like, I don't know if it was the cool air or what, but I'd have been happy doing 15 rounds tonight.
Did you think when you dropped Kiko early in the fight that you could A, stop him, and B, did it change your game plan in any way?
No, I just wanted to be smart, continue to do what I was doing, and I heard him a few more times later on, and I had him on the ropes at one point. I think at 11th and 12th, did I hear him?
11th.
Yeah, 11th. And I remember I hit him a few shots, and then I just thought, you know, I've a couple of rounds to go here. Don't be getting stupid. Just do what you've been doing the whole fight, and that was it. But he's tough. He's very tough, and he was a worthy champion as well. So it's good for me to be able to take a title off such a good champion.
Your job was superb the whole way through. Do you think that was maybe your best job in performance?
Yeah, I have a good job for such a small guy. My job when I get it going is very good, and yeah, I think it probably was. I think I used my job well against Rob Morales a couple of fights ago, but that was probably the best. He was walking into a lot of jobs, but he tucks up well, and a lot of them were hitting him sort of in the top of the head. I've quite a sore hand here, so but I think it was, you know, I was hitting him with a jab, and I was feeling my hand hurting, but I knew it was working, so I just said grit it out and keep doing what you're doing to win the fight.
Yeah, it looked like in the middle rounds he was starting to unravel a bit. He got through to the end. Kind of expand on just how tough that guy is. Yeah,
he's very tough. He's one of the toughest guys around, honestly. So I think a fight like that is going to benefit my career, to be involved in such a war with such a brilliant fighter. It's just going to help me. So there was times there where people might have thought that he was on his way out, but he's a proud man. He really wanted to win, but I think that was the performance of my life.
Alright, why is it the Nets this city so unique in terms of the fans compared to any other city in the world?
I don't know. I don't know, to be honest. It's hard to answer. It's not just boxing. It's any sport. The atmosphere they can create for local guys who are doing well is unbelievable. You see the support that Paddy Barnes, Paddy probably here somewhere, or he is. The support Paddy gets. There's guys like McElroy, the also rugby team, the rest of the golfers as well. At the minute, you know, if you're doing well, the people will come in and support you.
Carl, I'm probably getting phrased too well there saying about the attrition, but like, just using that term, like Shane had suggested that he wanted to kind of change and counter what you were doing quite well early, but then it seemed as though you're often tempted to get involved in trading is kind of what I meant.
Yeah.
So was that a case that you were trying not to be lured into a brawl, or did you want to get into
No,
it?
we had a game plan that we thought that, you know, stamp my authority, sort of the middle rounds, and you know, I could have outfought this guy if I wanted, but I just needed to be smart. I think the early rounds were very good, my job was working well, but we had a plan to sort of plant my feet a bit more in the second half of the fight, which it did, I think. Maybe, I think Barry was just saying that he thought I'd done a wee bit too much, but you know, I was in control the whole fight.
I think the only kudos we can give Kiko after that fight is that he's tough. So if you've beaten a world champion, I wouldn't say handy, but you know, such a comprehensive performance against a world champion, and the only thing we can say about is that he's tough. Do you think that shows the level you're at?
Yeah, I think I'm a level above most of these guys. But you know, I'm happy to fight. I'm happy to fight anyone. It's going to be, you know, we're going to have to sit down and discuss things, see what our options are. I think Chris Avalos is the mandatory now. My mate Eddie Hearn has keeping up with him because he's like an old girlfriend that won't go away. I don't know, we've options, we've loads of options. Abner Mares says he would like to fight me now. Leo Santa Cruz. Obviously Quig is the fight that I want, but we've loads of options, and every fight from here on in are huge.
Carl, he seemed to go to the body an awful lot tonight. What kind of different looks did you find that he gave you from the first fight?
Say it again, mate.
He seemed to go to the body an awful lot tonight. What different looks did you find that he gave you from the first fight?
No, he did. He was targeting the body. That was probably, he thought he hurt me to the body in the first fight, so that's probably why he done it. But yeah, look, he never hurt me to the body. He gave me some good shots again. I think I proved that I've got a very good chin. Don't want to be proving it that much, but I proved it tonight. But never, you know, I've lumps all over my face, but I was never hurt once in that fight.
Barry, you had some pretty special nights in the ring yourself. How does this night compare?
Well, it's different. You know, there were so many people involved in this, and we took such risks to get this fight here. Financial, emotional, and you know, it's just great. And you know, when you've got a guy going out to bat for you like Frampton, you know you've got a really good chance. He's an exceptional kid. I want to thank my son Glenn and Jake, and particularly Shane, who's done the one-to-one stuff with Carl for the last 3 or 4 years, and it's been, you know, you can see the fighting that he is. He's really. We believe that we're just at the bottom of the ladder now. Sadly now in boxing, because it's been pushed to the back pages, most of you guys will know, you have to win a world title before you get real traction in your career. And you know, we had to do it the hard way, and we spent a lot of money getting people here. We took a lot of chances. A lot of people helped us to put this together, and you know, it was an iconic venue, and the weather could have been better. The place was packed, and then you know, we had to rely on Carl to turn up and do the business. And I thought, I mean, how did you think? Was it one of the best fights of the year, guys?
Yep.
That was a tremendous fight, and different Kiko. His head is parallel to the floor. It was almost impossible to hit him on the chin. So his head movement was better this time. But every time he hit him, he hadn't gone 2 or 3 times, dropped him in the fifth round, wasn't it?
Yeah.
And so it was just a spectacular display. And we've got so much out there that's possible. We've got Lindsay Tucker in the room at the back. Thank you, Lindsay, for your help. And Steve Gray and all the judges from traveling in all over the world. And thank you for being honourable with your judging, always have been. And Carl won it by a country mile. Kiko was phenomenally brave, and his face is twice the size of it normally is. He was incredibly brave. I'm telling you, Kiko Martinez is every bit as tough a fighter as Leo Santa Cruz, if not tough. Simply because of the way he fights. He comes at you non-stop, he's relentless, very hard to hit on the chin, and takes a good shot. And he's just perpetual nature. And he's a heavier puncher than Leo Santa Cruz. I think Carl is an absolutely fantastic chance against any of these guys.
It's nothing any smaller from here, but his first appearance is a lot of people going to be in the middle of winter. What does that mean for a venue?
Well, it seems very much like he's broken his hand, so we can't talk about it. We'll have to speak to Lindsay Tucker first. It seems like his hand is gone.
Right hand?
Left hand.
Left.
So we're going to have a look at that and then we'll discuss things. And obviously the IDF are the organisation we're working with, so we'll have to discuss things with them. But there are loads of options out there for us. And his wife's about to have their second baby in November. And we'd like to have a bit of a rest now. Let's have a look at the injuries and see where we are. Talk to the IDF and see what our options are.
So you're looking in 2015 potentially for the next fight?
I think, can I just interrupt a little bit there? I think we should just sort of save as a moment a little bit rather than talk about what's going to go on next. That's one of the biggest nights that Northern Irish boxing has ever had. So rather than sort of look to the future, let's save them. Loads of advice out there.
So you've done it the hard way, Barry, I understand the sense of doing that, but you've done it the very quick way too. I mean, if this is how stylish you can be after 19 fights, how good is this we're going to be after 28?
I agree with you, Jeff. I said a long time ago, I apologize for using bad words. There's a number of ladies in the room. I apologize. But I think this kid could end up being the best Irish fighter he's ever been. That's how good he is. And because he's enormous for a super bantamweight, it takes a bit of time to get him down to it. So he can go to featherweight and super featherweight. And I know he knocks out lightweights in the gym. He didn't knock them down, he knocks them out. And really good lightweights, he just beats them up. And I'm telling you, he can move through the weight divisions. And we have some great fights out there. It's fantastic. And I just want to thank all the people who came out to see him. It was great. It was just really good. And what he was an incredible atmosphere.
Carl. Who's the greatest Irish fighter at the moment?
I don't know who's the greatest.
Frampton.
Paddy Moore.
Oh, and it's, I wouldn't for 1 minute suggest it was me. All I'm saying is, I know that he can be. That's the truth. And if he's handled correctly and gets the right fights, and at the right time, in the right place, he can really go as far as he wants to go. He's 27 years old. Chronologically, he's 27 years old, but physiologically, he's much younger than me. He miles on the clock. And he fought a bit too much tonight, got involved a bit too much, but he's got lots of miles to go yet.
Shane, could you talk about a couple of moments in the fight when I think Carl had a lot of success and looked close to potentially stopping Kiko in the 11th, but then he came back as well himself. You know, at any point during the fight, were you worried that Carl was getting too involved? Because he was kind of slowed a little bit in close quarters at times, and Kiko was going to the body.
I think the last fight, he showed he can outbox him, and he showed in the last rounds he could outfight him as well. But there's a lot of head clashes in there, and he opened up a cut around, I think about 8 or 9 rounds in. So That was the only worry on my mind. He's a lot stronger than Kiko Martinez. He's the strongest super bantamweight out there. He's the best at distance, and he's the hardest. I think he's the hardest super bantamweight out as well. That's one of his parts of his game, has to come up and fighting on the inside and picking his gaps. But he showed it today that he's comfortable in there, and he fought him at distance and then got inside and out fought him on the inside.
Did you, at any point in the fight, get him to look for the finish, or?
I think, a lion's always dangerous when they're hurt. Nigel Benn used to get knocked down and he'd be at his most dangerous. So I said, work off your jab, control it all from the centre ring. I don't know if anyone's noticed that. The first fight he covered a lot of ground, and that was a game plan to cover a lot of ground, cover a lot of miles. But this time he came out there and stamped his authority. Every time he took a step back, he threw something with venom, and it worked. And Kiko, he's so petrified from the last fight. Every time Carl half hit him, he gave him ground, so he was able to creep up, and that's what made him look so spectacular tonight.
Carl, congratulations on your win tonight. There's been so much expectation and hype about this fight. How have you dealt mentally with it? Because it has been so huge over here.
Well, I think it's me being away and training in London helps a bit, but there's loads of hype and there's always been expectations, and Barry's been telling anyone who would listen from early on in my career he's going to be a world champion. People laughed at him and stuff, but it came true. But I can deal with pressure. There was no more pressure on me than this fight. This is the most pressure that ever been on me. I built a stadium and stuff, and it was for a world title against a guy I've already beat, so the pressure was on, and I think that was my best performance yet.
Carl, do you think as well, Shane, the work he done with you in the gym, that finally maybe some people at the start were doubting what Shane can do? You think he deserves all that credit as well?
Yeah, I said it on ringside that he's the best coach in the UK and Ireland, and I'm not just blowing smoke here, honestly, it's the truth. And people, because he's younger than me, people laugh, what does he know? But he knows his stuff, honestly, and people are going to be knocking his door soon, very soon, to try and get working with him.
Carl, tonight you joined the Northern Ireland Sporting Greats. Can you sum up just how much that means to you?
It means the world, honestly. It still hasn't sunk in. Even to be honest, I'm still obviously sore everywhere, but it really hasn't sunk in. I think it'll take till go to bed tonight and have a sleep, and then I'll realise what a big deal it is. But I'm very honoured.
Carl, there was a simmering rivalry between you, the two years in the last 18 months building up to this week, and we saw it at the weigh-in. But there was a warm and respectful embrace before the last round, and you spoke very kindly about the man afterwards. Did you get a chance to have a quiet word? I know there's a language barrier and whatever, but mutual respect was clear.
I went back to his changing room and spoke to him and we shook hands, and I've never respected a fighter more than in my life. Just a tough guy, a very worthy champion, like I've already said, and I went and said to him, look, I hope I never see you again. But it was a great fight, and I apologise for how I reacted and got on at the weigh-in yesterday, but there's obviously tension and stuff, and it just happens sometimes, things overheat, but I have a lot of respect for people.
What was his response, Carl?
He was nice, he was shaking my hand, he said a few things, I can't really remember to be honest, but he was just, congratulating me and stuff, and we had a hug, met his girlfriend and the rest of his team, all nice people, but they were all very complimentary in there.
I've spoken about Barry's standing in the community, and that if you could be half, if you could have half that sense of community. Now that you're a world champion, you're going to be even more of a role model. How does that make you feel?
It's an honour, it's humbling, it's very nice, but to be a role model to anyone is a great thing. But I'm not doing anything different. I'm just being myself, and if people like that, then that's great. But yeah, that's nice feeling.
Sergio Martinez said after the fight, he's one of the most exciting fighters in the world today. That's what he said. Sergio Martinez, who I put.
Did you get any feedback off Samson Lukovic or any of those guys, Barry?
Say that again?
You know, Samson Lukovic and the Moravia guys, what was their opinion on the respective fighters?
He said he was fantastic. He said he was absolutely fantastic. That's what he said. He said he's a great fighter, really great fighter. And you know, they were very humble. They got straight up and said he's taking the title. He's a tremendous fighter. Sergio saying that, you know, and Samson together, it's great. Very encouraging. But I hate to say it, but I always knew.
Did you really know he was the world champion? Because he seems to
No,
It's easy to forget.
They said it was exaggerating.
You said he was the best fighter that has come out of Ireland in the last 30 years and everyone knows. So, jokes on them.
So guys, I think we're wrapped. Is there anything else you want to ask? No. Thank you very much for being part of this and for giving us the support and great articles all through the papers in England as well. So thank you very much all together.
Can we get a quick round of applause for Carl, guys? Is that all right?